I think musicians from around the world realize the value of freedom of expression.
I really feel like, as an artist, I stand for freedom of speech and freedom to be yourself.
Doesn't matter where we come from, what language we speak, we all have the right to have that freedom of speech.
Oh, I'm sailing away, my own true love.
It doesn't matter who somebody is, what their political persuasion is, where they come from. Music has a way of getting under the radar, touching people's hearts, and oftentimes motivating them.
I'm sailing away in the morning.
I want to be able to sing about any subject I want to sing about.
It's a necessity to human beings being happy, to be able to express yourself.
Music is a form of expression and freedom of expression.
Amnesty International was started in 1961 by a British lawyer named Peter Benenson, who heard about people unjustly imprisoned in countries around the world and wanted to do something about it. So he actually started a movement. 50 years later, this organization has more than 3 million members in more than 150 countries around the world.
Amnesty International's relationship with music started back in the 70s with the Secret Policeman's Ball, and then that grew into the larger musical shows in the 80s and early 90s.
Our 50th anniversary came around, and we wanted to do another big music project, and we immediately went to Jeff and Julie.
It was actually Jeff who said, you know, Julie, we're not going to do this unless it's unbelievably great, beyond anything we've done before. And when you've done a project like we did with Instant Karma, to beat a collection of renditions of John Lennon songs, it's really hard to do. And it was Jeff who said, it's got to be Bob Dylan.
When you do an album of the songs of John Lennon and you have to follow it up, you know, you look at it and you say, there's only a few people that could possibly even be in the sphere of John Lennon. And obviously Bob Dylan is that man.
Bob Dylan's music really speaks to so many of Amnesty's issues and really speaks to the human condition.
It's 50 years of Amnesty International, and 50 years ago at Gertie's Folk City, Bob Dylan started performing. So it's sort of a 50th anniversary for both of them.
The response when we began reaching out to artists was universally positive.
And that's the draw of Amnesty, the draw of people of goodwill wanting to come together, and Bob Dylan.
As far as rock and roll goes, I mean, it is Bob Dylan.
His songs seem simple, but they are really rich in poetry.
His songs are very versatile. They can mean, you know, so many different things and relate to people in different ways.
It takes you into another place because of the lyricism.
Bob kind of puts his arms all around humanity, around the world, around the universe on those songs.
What can I say about Bob Dylan that hasn't been said before? He sets the standard, and the standard is really high.
It's astounding to see so many artists coming together and supporting the cause of human rights, bringing their craft, their art, their skill, all for free, all as a donation to the cause.
Yeah, for the good folks at Amnesty, the Dylan song that we've chosen is She Belongs to Me. It's always been a favorite. It's a pop song.
Picking a Bob Dylan song is very tricky.
Today we recorded a Bob Dylan song called You Ain't Going Nowhere.
The Bob Dylan song we chose is Mama, You've Been on My Mind.
We chose the Times They Are Changing.
Tambourine Man.
Trying to get to heaven before they close the door.
Don't think twice, it's all right.
LED Lay from Bob Dylan.
Lonesome Death of Hattie Carroll.
We're playing Lovesick from Time Out of Mind.
Not Dark Yet.
Abandoned Love.
I Want You.
No Time to Think.
We chose the Ballad of Hollis Brown.
Lonesome When You Go.
Heart of Mine by Bob Dylan.
She got everything she needs. She's an artist. She don't look back.
I think the most interesting thing about this album is that it illuminates the breadth of the way Bob Dylan writes that country act can sing, an R&B act can sing, a rock and roll track can sing.
You know, you have Miley Cyrus and Rise Against on the same album, but what really ties it together is the songs and the lyrics of Bob Dylan.
Standing proud to steal her anything she sees.
We all have a role to play. I cannot do it alone, and people with all those organizations cannot do it alone. We need everybody's mobilization.
The first thing to do is educate yourself. Really learn about what some people are going through. There's people sitting in jail cells right now, while you're watching this, that have no business being there.
We are still singing about the times they have to change.
You know, you look at music from the civil rights movement to Occupy Wall Street. Music has always been a big part in these big movements.
Amnesty does things that I can't do in my work. It deals with the specifics of injustice.
To be a part of this organization and to be a part of doing this album means a lot to us. And it makes us feel like we're actually making a change.
As a band, we're just honored that they would consider having us on this amazing compilation.
Music for a good cause, what more beautiful thing could you be part of?
I think freedom is the right thing to celebrate, and I'm just so happy to be a part of it.
There's a lot of great music on this album, and we're hoping that people will not only hear the great music, but also hear the cries and calls for justice around the world. And that when they hear those cries, that they're going to feel like they have to do something about it.